Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Wednesday evening. You through it. You're at the end of the day. Chillax. Watch some football tonight. You've got the Champions League on tonight. I think it's Napoli, Union Berlin and Sociedad Benfica as I speak right now. So whatever it is you're doing tonight, enjoy it. And let's chat some transfers. So in this video, a confused one because you'll see on the thumbnail of a Ben Godfrey. I'm going to give you this bizarre news story. I don't know why it's come out or why there is a leak about it, but there is certainly supposed interest. We're going to talk a little bit around a Genoa striker, as well as just a bit of an update around a Pierre-Emile Højbjerg transfer value. Yeah, but let's get into the Ben Godfrey one first and foremost. So I hope you're sitting back and I hope you're relaxing and hopefully you're not going to fall off your seat, because basically from Graham Belly in 90-Minute Football, he put out that Everton defender Ben Godfrey is emerging as a transfer target for several Premier League sides, including Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle United. I'll probably speak on behalf of Newcastle fans here and say why. Well, let's put some context in here. So he's 25 years old, I know that, but he doesn't play at Everton. You know, the relegation potential side doesn't play there. He's played 1 minute of Premier League football, I believe, this season, and he's played one game in the EFL Cup. So he's played 91 minutes in total this season. So if he can't get into Everton's side, then why would he get into Newcastle or Tottenham side? You know, again, I know this is a Tottenham page and what have you, but you know, let's even put more layers to it. Why would he get into either of those sides? The only reason why I think either team would do it is a loan deal. Now, hear me out on this. The only reason why I think it is a loan deal for 6 months, because I know Newcastle have a certain FFP restriction, okay? Spurs don't, obviously, but I know they do. But, you know, we may not want to spend loads of money, and maybe we want to get him and another defender, you know, potentially. Maybe you get him, a Cáceres and another defender, and say Cáceres is going to spend time on loan or something. I don't know, right? I was trying to wrap my brains around different avenues. As you know, I try and go down different avenues, give different points of views. This one I struggle with because I just don't see why. There was only one thing, and it's versatility, because he can play a little bit right back and he can play a little bit centre back. I'm not blown away by him, but that's supposedly the situation. Look, I'm not going to spend time on that because I just don't see it happening. I'm going to move on a little bit, to be honest. And I want to talk about the Genoa striker, Albert Gudmundsson. Belter of a name, I can't lie. So this comes from Matteo Moretto that says Spurs and Roma are monitoring the situation of Genoa forward Albert Gudmundsson. Now, I was having a bit of a check on Albert Gudmundsson. Contract expires of summer of 2025. I was looking at the wrong player. I was looking at Ben Godfrey there. Well, there you go. There's Ben Godfrey. Sorry. Albert Gudmundsson expires of the summer of 2026. So an extra year than what I just said. 26-year-old player who plays all across the attacking front three positions. So lots of versatility. In terms of this season, he's actually had a pretty decent season, all things considered, actually, when you think that Genoa obviously aren't one of the big boys of Italian football, you know. There's no dig there, obviously. 13 games played, 7 goals with 1 assist. I mean, you know, in the Italy Cup, he's got 2 appearances, 2 goals and 1 assist. He's a pretty good time in the Italy Cup. I know he's not, you know, in terms of transfer market, they were, you know, valued around 12 million euros. Again, I was confused, but not confused in a way of Ben Godfrey. You know, he plays football regularly. He plays in a good league. I do value the Serie A as a good league. I don't value it as a great league, but a good league. And, you know, Icelandic, you know, plays all across the front three. You know, the one thing I did notice for Iceland, he's only got 6 goals and 35 appearances. So maybe that's potentially one of those that he plays down the wing. You know, by the start of next season, he's going to be 27. So still got plenty of years on his side. Now, I was thinking Spurs might go the route of sort of anywhere between 2024. You know, obviously that falls just outside of it. But then we obviously got news today that Richarlison is obviously going off for surgery. So we're losing him for a little while now. Obviously we don't know what we're going to have in Bryan Hill. We don't know if Brendan Johnson's going to stay fit, because obviously he's only just joined, and he joined and then had an injury straight away virtually. Kulusevski's off has some injuries. Sonny's has some injuries. We don't know what we have in Alejo Veliz just yet. Obviously, I know we're going to have a bit more time leading into the window. But I think I see that one as a low risk, high reward, a Sebastian Cáceres kind of style, low risk, high reward. I don't see him costing an arm and a leg. If he does, then probably say skip on that personally. But I don't see him costing that. So in that regard of him offering you that versatility across the front three, with him in reality getting some good goals this season, I don't hate it. I don't. I think the whole point for me is that the fact that he can play across the front three. For me, I really like that. I don't know. I'm a bit of a sucker for versatility. I won't lie. I know it's a bit odd, and I know people go, "Why? Why don't we get players that play in their position?" But there's something about a guy that can play in 2 or 3 different positions well. For me, I think is everything, to be honest. So, but interesting one. Keep an eye on that one, because Mate Moretti, obviously a decent, credible source as well. So something to hold on to. Let's talk Pierre-Emile Højbjerg anyway. So came from Simon Jones in the Mail Sport, who said that Spurs want 30 million to sanction a January sale of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Now, I still think, by the way, I'm going to give my opinion first. I still think we sell him in the summer. Just because of African Cup of Nations coming up, where we lose 2 of our starting 3 midfielders at present. You'll find that we'll go from a Maddison, Bissouma, Sarr to a Maddison, Højbjerg, Bentancur, which I don't think is much worse. Just because I think, Bentancur is a bit better than Sarr. I think Bissouma's a bit better than Højbjerg. And that's why I think you're not going to really lose too much there, as long as Højbjerg just gets the ball to those 2, right? He's durable. He doesn't really miss games. Even when he's injured, he pretty much plays through it. He's a good leader. You saw in the Chelsea game a good professional leadership there. And that's why I think he's going to go in the summer. Because I think just because of African Cup of Nations, we're not gonna muck around with that. I think it's too much of a risk to move a guy on that you know what you've got there. He's not going to blow your socks off, but you know what you've got there. He's not going to let you down, if you know what I mean. Because if you let him go in January, you then have to bring someone else in, and you're not sure if that person will turn out to be anything good, or they might need time to settle. And in this season, I don't see how we are going to be affording ourselves time to let players settle in too many different areas. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Brendan Johnson's now got to get a big run of games at left wing. Okay. Sonny and Kulusevski, fine. Keeper, I think he's settled beautifully well. Vicario, I think, has been fantastic. Porro's settled now. I think Van der Ven's starting to settle really nicely. Destiny Udogi's starting to settle really nicely. Forget the red card. You still got Bissouma, Maddison's still settling in, but you still got Bissouma, you got Bentancur, Højbjerg. You got a lot of people that are settled. But I also think in that position, I'd rather someone have a whole summer at in pre-season, learning Ange football, all those sort of things, and letting Højbjerg go in the summer. Yeah, you might not make as much. You're not going to make 30 million. Maybe you make 20 million, 15, 20 million. I would take the loss of that money to make sure we continue our performances at a decent level. Just because if it doesn't work out and Bissouma and Sarr are still at the African Cup of Nations, then Skip's coming in. And I know what some of you think of Skip. And that's why I say it. But obviously don't forget, we're Juve directors sitting in the stands for the Chelsea game. They are very keen on Højbjerg. They are. So there is something to this. But I still see them being keen in the summer. So that's why 50-50. But I do think he goes in the summer personally. But we shall see. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy. Drop a like on the video if you did. Always helps out with the algorithm. Gets more people into the channel. Hit me in the comment section below. Look, you've got Gudmundsson. You've got Højbjerg. Okay, you've got Ben Godfrey. I want to know about all of these situations. Interested to see what you guys think of those things. Obviously, if you're not aware, I am on X. I am on Instagram. Give us a little follow. I put them in the description, the pages. So go find me, give us a little follow. Give me some abuse if you fancy. I don't mind it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.